What if the biggest weight you're carrying, or the thing that stays with you longer than anything else, isn't in your joints or your bones, but in your mind? It's not the awards or the promotions, not even the happy moments. It's the mistakes, the words you wish you could take back, the chances you didn't take, the child you didn't comfort when they needed you most, doors you wish you'd never walk through, or the paths you didn't follow, playing on a loop year after year. And now at 75, those memories don't fade. They keep on lingering. They echo, loud, clear, relentless, and you carry them like a truckload of stones on your head. Here's a truth you've probably never considered. You're not alone in this battle to dump your past mistakes. One shocking study by Psychology and Aging found that nearly 80% of adults over 65 admit they still ruminate about regrets from decades ago. 80%. Imagine that. Most people are still haunted by ghosts of the past, even when the future is shorter than the past behind them. But here's what I want you to know. Letting go isn't about erasing what happened. Few people know this, but that's what makes all the difference. It's about finally freeing yourself from the story you've been dragging around for years. And today, I'll show you how. Part 1. Silent Weight. You see, mistakes are like shadows. They don't disappear just because the years pile on. They follow you into every room, whispering at night when you can't sleep. You tell yourself, I should have known better. Or it's too late now. But neuroscience paints a different picture, with a 2016 study from Harvard Medical School discovering that when you replay regrets, your brain activates the same regions as physical pain. That's right. Your brain treats regret like a wound. No wonder it feels heavy. So, if you've been beating yourself up, it's not weakness, it's wiring. But here's the rebel move. You can rewire. Part 2. The lie we've been sold. You've been told time heals all wounds, but let's be very honest, because of the sensitive nature of this subject, that's not true. Time doesn't heal wounds, it buries them. And buried wounds still bleed, quietly. What heals is attention. What heals is choosing to face the scar, not hide it. Ancient wisdom knew this long before psychology caught up. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "No man has enough time because he wastes it regretting the past and fearing the future." Isn't that striking? Even 2,000 years ago, they knew regret could steal the present. So maybe the real mistake isn't what you did back then. Maybe the real mistake would be letting those old memories keep stealing your today. Part 3. The Science of Letting Go. Alright, let's get practical. How do you actually release the grip of the past? We're going to do that in 5 different steps. Beginning with Step 1. Rewrite the memory. I know this might sound strange, but research from the Journal of Neuroscience shows that every time you recall a memory, your brain actually edits it. It's called memory reconsolidation. That means when you revisit the past, you don't have to replay it the same way. You can shift the meaning. Thus, instead of, I ruined that relationship, try, I learned how deeply words can cut, and how I'll never make that mistake again. Can you see the huge difference? You didn't erase the memory, you rewrote its power. Step 2. Name it. Don't numb it. Psychologists call this affect labeling. When you say out loud, I feel shame about that mistake, your amygdala, your brain's alarm system, actually calms down. Labeling emotions tames them. That's why you don't need to hide from the feeling. Before getting into the 3rd step, pause for a moment and think about how just one idea can change your entire day, maybe even your entire life. If you've learned something valuable so far, go ahead and subscribe and turn on the bell so you're always in the loop. And don't forget to share this with a friend. You might inspire them when you think. Step 3. Trade self-punishment for self-compassion. Now I know, self-compassion can sound fluffy, but Dr. Kristen Neff's research at the University of Texas proves people who practice self-compassion are less likely to ruminate on regrets and more likely to bounce back from mistakes. So next time you catch yourself replaying that one painful memory, stop, place a hand on your chest, and say, I forgive myself. I'm learning. I'm human. It might feel awkward at first, but awkwardness is the first sign of growth. Part 4. The myths we must break. If you really want to let go of past mistakes, you've got to dismantle the lies society feeds us, which are, myth number 1, I should have figured this out by now. Wrong. Healing doesn't follow a clock. Some people don't forgive themselves until they're 90. The only wrong time is never. Myth number 2. Regret means I failed. No, regret means you cared. People who feel regret are often more reflective and empathetic. That's strength, not weakness. Myth number 3. Forgiving myself lets me off the hook. False again. Forgiveness doesn't erase accountability, it transforms it. You acknowledge the mistake, but you refuse to chain yourself to it. Now, it's time to ask yourself, which myth are you still carrying? Part 5. The practices that work. Here are a few daily habits that help me and that science says actually work. 1. Journaling with a twist. Write the regret on paper. Then rewrite it from the perspective of your future self, 10 years from now, who has already forgiven you. 2. Meditation on impermanence. Buddhist teachings remind us nothing lasts, not joy, not pain, not mistakes. Sit quietly, breathe, repeat, this too shall pass. 3. Acts of redemption. If your regret involves someone else, do something kind in their honor, even if they're gone. A phone call, a letter, a donation, a prayer. Research shows that symbolic gestures ease unresolved guilt. 4. Gratitude rewiring. Every night, write down 3 things you're grateful for today. Gratitude doesn't erase the past, but it shines enough light that the shadows shrink. Part 6. A shocking realization. Here's the wild part. A 2017 study from Columbia University found that people who let go of regrets actually perform better cognitively as they age. Their memory sharpens, their decision-making improves. Believe it or not, this simple truth can rewrite your story. Think about that. Letting go doesn't just free your soul, it frees your mind. Maybe the secret to staying sharp at 75 isn't crossword puzzles or brain games. Maybe it's forgiveness. Part 7. The wisdom of perspective and self-compassion. Now let's talk about the biggest myth of all. That holding on to guilt honors the past. It doesn't. It pollutes the present. There's ancient wisdom in almost every culture about forgiveness and letting go. But we've twisted it. We think forgiveness is saying what happened was okay. It's not. Forgiveness is saying you're no longer willing to let that event poison your today. It's an act of rebellion against your own inner critic. This is where the third shocking fact comes in. Research from the University of California, Berkeley, shows that practicing self-compassion is a far more effective motivator for change than self-flagellation. Beating yourself up doesn't make you a better person. It just makes you a tired, sad, and anxious person. Think about it. If you yell at a seedling for not growing fast enough, does it help? No. You give it sunlight, water, and patience. You are that seedling. Your past self was doing the best they could with the tools, knowledge, and emotional capacity they had at that time. You know more now. You have better tools now. That's the whole point of living. The mistake isn't proof you were broken, it's proof you were learning. At 75, I look back and see a thread. That career misstep led me to a job where I met my best friend. That argument taught me how to listen better. That failure taught me resilience. I couldn't see the tapestry while I was weaving it. I only saw the messy knots on the underside. Now I can step back and see the whole picture, and it's beautiful, knots and all. Conclusion. Your life is now. Your past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. You wouldn't drive your car forever staring in the rearview mirror. You glance back to learn, but you keep your eyes on the road ahead. The goal isn't to have a life without mistakes. The goal is to have a life, a real, messy, beautiful, present life. You have today. You have this moment. Right now. Don't let a ghost from the past steal another second of it. You've carried that weight long enough. Aren't you tired? It's okay to put it down. I give you permission. Now you have to give it to yourself. So when the regrets come creeping in tonight, pause, breathe, remind yourself, I am more than my mistakes. I am still here. I can still choose peace. What's one small regret you're ready to finally release? Tell me in the comments below. Sharing it can be the first step in letting it go.